We already know that, to be grammatically correct, amongst other things, a sentence must have a subject. So what is a subject? Well, it's probably best to start by focusing on a verb. As we know, every sentence must have a verb, and the subject actually belongs to the verb, and usually comes before the verb. Take a look at this example. Ben kicks the ball. Here, the verb is kicks, and the subject is Ben. Notice how the subject comes before the verb. In this sentence, Ben is also known as the agent, as he's the one doing the kicking. Here's a slightly different sentence. The ball is kicked by Ben. Again, let's start by finding the verb. The verb is kicked. And the subject, that comes before the verb. So the subject is ball. So ball is the subject of this sentence. Ben is still the agent, as he's still the one doing the kicking. It's just he happens to be at the end of the sentence now. So the subject comes before the verb, and it's either the person, thing, or idea that is doing the verb, or the person, thing, or idea that is being described by the verb. This may sound a little tricky, so in really simple terms, we could say that the subject is what the sentence is about. It usually comes very near the start of the sentence. Take a look at this example. Sally is being pushed by Beth. This one's a bit trickier. Let's start by working out what is being done. Pushing, that's the action. So is pushed is the verb. Now let's look at the words that come before the verb to see if we can identify the subject. Sally is clearly the subject of the verb. Now, is she also the agent? Is she the one who did the pushing? Well, no. In this sentence, Beth is the agent and Sally is the subject. Okay, one last example. Have a look at this one. Everything Sally thinks of reminds her of Paul. She's in love, you see. So what's the action here? Well, it's to be reminded. So the verb is reminds. Okay, now let's look at the words that come before the verb to see if we can find the subject. Is it Sally? Is she the subject? Is the sentence about Sally? Well, it might be helpful to think about what it is that is doing the reminding. That is, to find the agent. Is it Sally? Is it Paul? Well, actually, it's neither. It's an idea. What is doing the reminding? Well, it's everything Sally thinks of. So this is the subject of the sentence. Everything Sally thinks of. Remember, in simple terms, you can think of the subject as being the thing that the sentence is about. It usually comes near the start of the clause, and it comes before the verb it belongs to.